Standing in now, Jordan Luplow. As he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty, it's strike one. Luplow, a former Pittsburgh Pirate. He was acquired via trade last year.
Yeah, this guy's fully settled in with this ball club right now. Knows what the manager and coaching staff expect from him. Is not taken aback by anything. He's been through the spring training process and gotten to know everybody in this organization top to bottom.
This is pop foul, but perhaps playable behind first. But this will land untouched. The 0-2 once more is swung on and missed, strike three.
Well, there's the great equalizer, the changeup, El Cambio. Listen, if you can keep that pitch in your back pocket and pull it out when you need it, like he did right there, usually hitters, they don't stand a chance.
And here's the catcher, Kevin Plawecki. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. A ball and a strike.
He obviously wanted that call on the corner, but if he continues to put the ball right there, he's going to get that call, and he's going to keep pitching as well as he is.
A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Indians still in search of their first hit of the ball game. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. And a great inning here as he gets another punch out and strikes out the side in order. Down in order go the Tribe. They're still down. It's 2-0. At the plate, Carlos Gonzalez looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. A high fastball is in there.
Hey, we got no outs.
Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control. 0-2. Gonzalez hits right-handed pitching very well. Makes a lot of contact, but he generally isn't known for displaying a lot of power. You'll see a lot of line drives and ground balls from him in these situations.
Yeah, I almost think he has too good of hand-eye coordination, Matty. Sometimes maybe just attacks that pitch that's not there to do major damage with, but could just drive it up the middle the other way and take his knock, and that's what he's been able to do.
There's a strike at the knees, 0-1.
Rock solid performance up to this part of the ball game right now. One of the keys, 90% of his first pitches have been for strikes. And when you do that, you really make the hitter swing at the pitch you want them to swing at.
And he struck him out. Good pitch there as he registers his 8th punch out of the ball game.
Wow, talk about mowing him down. How about 2 strikeouts on 6 pitches? He isn't messing around, and these last 2 batters have had no answer for what he's throwing up there.
And a cut fastball in there for a strike. It's 0-1.
Oh, man, he's got a chance to strike out the side on 9 pitches. 7 down, 2 to go.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And he missed with it. It's 1-2. Weak towards first. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Can't start any better than this. He's set down the first 12.
Leading off for the Indians.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And he gets a piece of it here, but it's chopped foul. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. A great job of changing speeds there. It's 0-2.
Hey, plays at 1 now.
And he rings up another one. Make it 9 strikeouts for him in the game.
Well, this has been a completely different performance from the offense that we saw yesterday. They were looking like the 27 Yankees 24 hours ago, but they've been held in check so far in this one. That's kind of how baseball goes, though.
And he's way off balance with the swing there.
Hey, I never want to take an offense's aggression away, but they've been swinging at a lot of pitches early in the count, find themselves down. I think they need to regroup, have a meeting in the dugout, and figure out a way to maybe look at some pitches.
And this will be fouled away. A ball and 2 strikes to Kipnis.
Pretty good pitch and a great take there.
One down,
There's not
now,
a
one
lot you
down.
could do with that slider breaking down and in unless you can catch it way out front and hook it down the line. You see a lot of swinging misses on those.
And he struck him out. The 10th victim set down on strikes thus far. A look at our line score to this point, and I'm almost certainly jinxing things by pointing it out, but it's worth mentioning that 0 in the hit column through 2 outs here in the 5th. Coming to the plate now, Hanley Ramirez. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. And he takes a cold strike, 0-1. Oh, can't spot the cutter any better than that. 0-2 now.
He's had to be sitting out over that outer half of the plate. For him to take those first 2 pitches right there, finds himself 0-2. I'll be surprised if the pitcher doesn't go right back to that spot.
And Ramirez able to hold off on that one, but he still trails in the count. It's 1-2.
Well, that's a smart miss there. Sometimes guys will chase it down there, especially when they're in protect mode on an 0-2 count.
And yet another strikeout here. His 11th of the ball game, and this one ends the inning. Indians go down 1-2-3. They trail here 4-0. Into the box, Bradley Zimmer comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
This one doesn't look good so far, down by a boatload as we enter the middle innings. It's about time they get something going, and the last thing you want to do is fall behind where you have to score a bunch in the 8th and 9th inning.
Strike 2 called on the inner half, 0-2 now.
Hey, get a strikeout for us right now, baby. Let's go.
And a classic 0-2 pitch as the changeup misses low, and it's 1-2 now. And he's just rolling right now, and even dozen strikeouts for him in the ball game.
Man, they've really had his number so far in this series. That's his 5th strikeout in this series alone.
Into the box, Jordan Luplow. A ball and no strikes. He's 0 for 1 thus far. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. A ball and 2 strikes now.
One down, one down.
Got him. As he just continues to mow down these hitters. 13 strikeouts now.
Well, you can tell by their approach that they're going to go up there and try to be aggressive off this guy, but he's taking full advantage of that. He's pounding the zone with strikes, and right now we're seeing a lot of swings and misses and a lot of strikeouts and no walks either.
The catcher.
Into the box now, Kevin Plawecki, as he takes a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he struck him out. So it might be time to begin the countdown as he's now gone through 6 innings without allowing a base hit. Down in order. Stepping up now, Carlos Gonzalez. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one.
We're moving right along into this one as we head into the late innings. Listen, if you want to score, you got to have to bunch some hits together, and they haven't been able to do that so far. So hopefully this leadoff guy, this will be the right guy at the right spot to get something going.
The batter, the center fielder, Tyler.
Well behind that fastball. It's a swinging strike.
I know it goes without saying, but the best pitch in baseball is getting ahead with a first pitch strike. That's why this guy's been able to stay in this game, pounding the zone.
Behind 0-2 now. Got him. So that's the 2nd out of the inning, and he's 7 outs away now. What's your take on all the strikeouts we see in the game today, Dan? That was his 3rd tonight, and it seems we're seeing that a lot more these days.
Yeah, Matt, there's been a real change in philosophy as far as hitting in baseball today. A lot of guys think now that an out is an out, a strikeout is just as good as a regular out, but we're seeing strikeouts at an alarming rate in baseball right now.
Indian shortstop behind 1-2 in the count.
I don't know if that was a great take or he got fooled. He's certainly trying to play it off like he knew what was coming.
And he struck him out to retire the side, so he's through 7 complete, still working on a masterpiece. Indians go down 1-2-3. They can't chip into that 5-0 deficit. Here's Carlos Santana now. We're in the 8th now, and nothing's changed out there on the mound.
Well, I've been very impressed with how this starter's going about his business, Matt. He's looked really sharp, and it's hard to know if it's had any effect. But getting that early lead from his offense could have really helped settle him in.
Good arm action on the circle change, swung on and missed. 0-2.
Hey, he's been able to pound that zone all night, working that outer half of the plate. That's why he's having so much success.
And another one. Strikeout number 17 in the ball game as he keeps racking them up. And is the second baseman, Jason Kipnis.
The batter, number 22.
Now here it comes.
Second baseman, Jason.
Swing and a miss, and he's behind 0-1.
Hey, we got one out here.
That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Ooh, I'm shocked he took that pitch right there. That ain't plus 90s right there. That's mid to low 90s fastball in the honey hole. I'm surprised he didn't pull the trigger on that one.
Fouled off.
Get him yourself right here. Let's go.
Struck him out. 18 strikeouts for him now.
We're getting into the nitty-gritty. That's the second out of the 8th inning, and the pitcher needs only 4 more outs for a no-hitter.
Ready for another chance? Hanley Ramirez. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1. No runs, no hits, and 1 error in the ballgame for Cleveland so far. Off the outside that time as the breaking ball can't catch the zone.
We've seen him go down on strikes more than once in this game, so this has been a better approach by him at this at-bat. Much more patient, and he's gotten himself into a good hitter's count.
And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. 24. Striding in to start the 9th, Bradley Zimmer, and they'll need him to get something going here. First pitch on its way.
Zimmer. You.
Sanderson is there, 1 away. Striding in, Jordan Luplow. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Here's the first pitch to him. In there, and it's 0-1.
Guys, I've been really impressed with him tonight. I mean, he's carving these guys up with all of his pitches.
Yeah, we got one here.
1 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2.
Here we go.
Ready with another 2-strike offering.
Nope.
That misses, says the home plate umpire. 1-2. Where it misses, I'm not quite sure.
A great case of a manager sticking up for his pitcher right there and giving that umpire an earful. He didn't get that pitch called the way he wanted it to, but the manager's planting a seed in that umpire's mind to try to expand the strike zone so some of those borderline pitches start to go his pitcher's way.
Strike 3. 19 strikeouts for him now.
It's been a rough game for him at the plate. Couldn't get the bat off his shoulder right there, and he struck out twice before that one. So he's going to have a lot to think about when he leaves the ballpark tonight.
Here comes the first pitch. And that's in there for a strike.
2 down now.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Last strike now for Cleveland. Swing and a miss. He's done it. A perfect game.
Yeah, you've heard when it rains, it pours. Well, it was raining dominance out here in this one. 27 up, 27 down, and he barely broke a sweat half the time. That's one of the rarest feats in all of sports, and I'm just excited I was here to be a part of it. Perfection is always beautiful.
Well, you don't have to look too far to find our tops player of the game. I'd say anytime you throw a perfect game, you'd be a pretty strong candidate.
Yeah, no need to offer any debate this time. All you have to do is look at the box score. No hits, no walks.
A skipper appeals to his players to demonstrate some resilience in how they finish a rough season.
We've got baseball for you from Guaranteed Rate Field on the south side of Chicago. Tonight, a matchup out of the AL Central between the Kansas City Royals and the Chicago White Sox. It's White Sox baseball, and it comes your way next. Richard Sanderson gets the ball for the White Sox in this one. What do we need to know here, Danny?
It's pretty easy to see why this guy is one of the top pitchers in all of baseball. He has a ridiculously good whip. How about under .5 on the season? You have any idea how hard that is to do that? He's nearly impossible to reach base on. He doesn't walk hardly anybody, and he's awfully tough to get a hit off of. One of the best pitchers in the game of baseball.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Grounded foul off to the right. And guys, you take a look at the White Sox entering play here tonight. 4-2 over their last 6 games, including a win last time out.
Hey, thanks, Matt. You know what, D-Roy, you got to give this team a lot of credit. They're on the outside looking in on the postseason picture, but boy, they're playing out the string and they're playing out well. They're going to play this thing all the way to the end of the season.
You know, Dan, I can't speak for the pitcher side of it, but I have never been on a team, win, lose, or draw, whether I was going to the postseason or not, that had players that gave away at bats. You just will not see it at this level.
A chance now for a look at the Royals starting lineup. Dan, who do we keep an eye on?
Well, Sel Perez is definitely a guy to watch right now. He's the team leader in home runs, so he's having a nice year so far. It's always a good feeling when you can lead your team in a category like home runs. I'm sure he takes a lot of pride in that.
Batting second.
Digging in now for Kansas City, Billy Hamilton, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
It's very difficult being a switch hitter, and very rarely do you see the same hitter from both sides of the plate. He's a far superior hitter from the left side as opposed to the right side.
Swing and a miss as he ran that two-seamer right by him for the second out.
Well, at the rate he's going to strike out 27 on 81 pitches, not throw a single ball, and toss a perfect game. Obviously, I'm kidding, but you can't start a game any better than this. 2 hitters, 2 strikeouts, 6 pitches. This has the makings of a great outing already.
Merritt.
First offering on its way. Swing and a miss on the slider, 0-1.
Oh, man, he's got a chance to strike out the side on 9 pitches. 7 down, 2 to go.
Strike 2, swinging just out in front of the slider. 2 out, nobody on. And he watches a called third strike on the cut fastball that time, and that will retire the side. So add one more name to the record book here as he strikes out the side on 9 pitches. So coming to the plate, Ryan O'Hearn. He'll get us started in the top of the second.
Number 66.
First pitch of the at-bat. Here's a cold strike about thigh high, 0-1. Well, time to look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Dave Lawrence.
Dan, we got Dave Lawrence behind the dish tonight. One of the best in the business, in my opinion, but sometimes has a tendency to fall into a pattern where he's given a little bit too much on that outside corner.
Yeah, D-Road, one of the things he'll do, he'll open up that outside corner, especially with left-handed batters.
I'm out.
The 1-2 is a called third strike down in the zone.
Okay, guys, here's how the Southsiders are lining up on D today. And, guys, what I want you to focus on today is this is one of the new age teams in the game that really rely on statistics and the numbers. And the numbers tell them that they're a better team defensively, moving guys around and shifting as much as they can.
First pitch fastball swung on and missed, 0-1.
Some guys are great low ball hitters, but most guys, especially guys with pop like this, they're hunting for the ball belt high and above. So that was a nicely spotted fastball down in the zone.
The 0-2 delivery. And this is swung on and missed, his 5th strikeout already, and there are 2 gone in the inning.
Well, we're all hearing his name in the Cy Young Award discussions at this point in the season. It's pretty hard to argue against it when you watch him dominate a guy on 3 pitches and send him packing without much problem.
Hey, 2 outs here, 2 outs.
Batting 6.
In now, Adalberto Mondesi. Popped him up.
Mondesi.
VR calls for it.
Ball, I got it.
No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. On now to the bottom of the second, and we are tied 0-0. So stepping in, Brian Goodwin, 7-8-9, bottom of the order set to go here in the third.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
Count 0-2.
No one out now.
And he looks at a cold strike 3 as the cut fastball's in there, and that's out number 1.
He's racking up a fair amount of strikeouts now out there. That's 6 to this point. So he's got good stuff, and he's fooling a lot of these hitters.
And that'll bring up Jorge Bonifacio. And the home-away splits tell us he's actually quite a bit better hitting on the road than he is at home. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. And here's a swing and a miss as he falls behind 0-2.
The lineup top to bottom looks like they have no approach or game plan whatsoever. It's like they're deciding to swing before the pitch is even coming out of the pitcher's hand.
And there are 2 away now. Here now is Cheslor Cuthbert. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. In there for strike 1, 0-1.
Hey, come on, guys.
Got him out on his front foot. It's 0-2. Cuthbert playing here in his age 26 season. He's a 5-year vet at the major league level. And he misses there, 1-2.
Boy, it's hard to sit on an 0-2 fastball. I think that pitch just locked him up a bit. But lucky for him, it was just a little out of the zone.
Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
2 down here.
A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. KC down in order. They're down 2-0. So here's the Royals DH, Robert Trayer. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, and he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Got to find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have to find a way to make this pitcher work a little bit harder.
Behind 0-2 now. A windup and the 0-2 pitch. And he struck him out. Strikeout number 8 now in the ball game for him.
Man, this guy's on his game today, not only when he's throwing strikes, but how about the amount of strikeouts? And what's even more impressive, no walks up to this point. So he's pounding that zone with strikes, and he's making these hitters swing the bat.
Here's Billy Hamilton standing in, batting left-handed here as he takes a look at strike 1. Looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
That's a real tough pitch to hit. That's, in the pitcher's jargon, we call that the Hall of Fame pitch, that slider down and in. Really, the only way you're going to be able to hit that pitch is if you're looking for it down and in, and still then, it's a really difficult pitch to hit.
And he punches out another one, make it 9 for the ball game.
6 pitches, 2 strikeouts in the inning. Hard to beat that, and beyond that, he has to feel good about the way the curveball is coming out of his hand. That was a nasty-looking pitch.
Whit Merrifield next to hit. As the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike. No runs, no hits, and no errors so far for the Royals. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
The discipline has just been completely absent from this offense. Seems like they're always finding themselves behind the count, and a big reason why is they're swinging at all kinds of stuff that's not even in the strike zone.
And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ball game, and the inning is over. Can't start any better than this. He's set down the first 12. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. The White Sox lead it 7-0. Into the box now, Ryan O'Hearn. He'll start off the 5th in this one. First pitch on its way. Hit in the air out to straightaway left. Mancini waits on it, and that's the first out of the inning. Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. And that's by him. It's 0-1.
His pitch count is in a really good place at this point in the game. He's pounding the zone and getting first pitch outs just like he did on the last guy. We might see him work deep into this game if he keeps this up.
And he struck him out. And there's strikeout number 11 in the ball game. A look at our line score to this point, and I'm almost certainly jinxing things by pointing it out, but it's worth mentioning that 0 in the hit column through 2 outs here in the 5th. Digging in for his second at-bat, Adalberto Mondesi. So far 0 for 1 with a flyout. And that's in there for strike 1. Called strike 2 with the letters. 0-2 now.
Let's see if he continues to climb that ladder, or does he try and get him fishing on something bouncing in the dirt.
And he's got another one here. 12 punch-outs now in the ball game, and that'll end the inning. Royals go down 1-2-3. They need to get something cooking here. It's 7-0. Next batter to the plate, Brian Goodwin. He'll get it started in the Kansas City 6th.
We're moving through the middle of this ball game right now. If they want to get things going, how about trying to get some base runners on, or at least get a base hit? They don't have any hits going into this part of the game.
Swing and a miss for strike 1. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch, and it's fouled away. He'll try again. 1-2. Got him. as he just continues to mow down these hitters. 13 strikeouts now.
He's been in total control out there tonight. Gets the leadoff guy with a strikeout there, and it just seems like we've seen so many off-balance swings and weakly hit balls in this one.
Coming to the plate now, Jorge Bonifacio. He got on top of one and was a ground-out victim last time.
Bonifacio.
First delivery to him on the way. Strike taken as that one crosses over the inside part of the plate.
Here we go.
Swing and a miss here, and he's behind in the count now, 0-2.
Good breaking ball right there. Good hard slider. The count now 0-2. He's getting deep into the outing, but his slider is still staying sharp. He doesn't look at all like he's starting to tire. He looks as good now as he did early on in the game.
So he ran the fastball by him for the punch-out. Jorge Bonifacio is sent packing for out number 2 in the 6th. Standing in now, Chesler Cuthbert. As the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. Right by him here, and he's set up for another strikeout here. The count to 0-2. And he fouls this one off. No runs, no hits, one error so far for Kansas City. Oh, he went for the knockout pitch that time, but a good eye, 1-2.
Pretty good discipline right there with 2 strikes. That's a tough sweeping slider. Not many guys lay off that pitch.
Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here.
Ball.
2-2.
Hey, I appreciate the fact that he's making him throw a few pitches. Most of his teammates have been hacking at everything that comes their way.
And he struck him out. So it might be time to begin the countdown, as he's now gone through 6 innings without allowing a base hit. So 6 perfect innings for him out of the gate, as he's been masterful. Bottom part of the order, 7, 8, and 9 due up in the home half. The White Sox lead this one 7-9. To the plate now is the designated hitter, Robert Trayer. He's hoping to avoid the hat trick. He struck out in each of his first 2 plate appearances so far.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able to score any runs as we're moving late into this one. A perfect time for this leadoff guy to try to get on base and ignite a rally.
Trying to strike him out for the 3rd time. And he strikes him out here. So that's out number 1 here in the 7th, as he continues to keep him out of the hit column. So he's still got his shutout working here in the 7th. And with that in mind, we check out the league leaders in shutouts. And as you can see there, he currently leads the AL in that department. And here's a fastball called for strike 1. Off the plate and in. Hits a ball and a strike.
Easy out. Plays it first.
The 1-2. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one.
Hey, now we got one. We got one.
Now another 1-2. And another one. Strikeout number 17 in the ball game, as he keeps racking them up. What's your take on all the strikeouts we see in the game today, Dan? That was his 3rd tonight, and it seems we're seeing that a lot more these days.
Yeah, Matt, there's been a real change in philosophy as far as hitting in baseball today. A lot of guys think now that an out is an out. A strikeout is just as good as a regular out, but we're seeing strikeouts at an alarming rate in baseball right now.
Behind 0-2 now.
Two down now.
Swing and a little blooper to center.
right there.
Sanchez
You.
onto the grass. He's got it. A great running play, and that'll retire the side. Striding in once again, Ryan O'Hearn. He leads off their half of the 8th, and they've been unable to get that starter out of the game to this point.
Yeah, he settled in early on the mound, partly due to the lead his guys gave him to take some of the pressure off. He's taken that and pitched very effectively in this one.
Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2.
This guy out. Get him yourself.
struck him out. 18 strikeouts for him now. So you've got to figure he's got a good chance here to finish this one off. And with that in mind, we take a look at the league leaders in complete games. And you can see it's been a great year for him as he leads the AL in that category at this stage of the season. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Salvador Perez behind in the count, 0-2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Strike three. 19 strikeouts for him now.
We're getting into the nitty-gritty. That's the second out of the 8th inning, and the pitcher needs only 4 more outs for a no-hitter.
The batter, the shortstop.
At the plate, Adalberto Mondesi. He's hitless in the game, as is much of the rest of his team. In there for strike one. On could we see another strikeout here? It's 0-2 now. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Left side. And with his speed, forget it. It's an infield single. So close. But with one swing of the bat, the no-hit bid ends here with 2 out in the 8th. Still a remarkable pitching performance nonetheless.
Boy, it sure is, Matty V. Boy, you get that part into the game as a pitcher into the 8th inning. It's hard not to look past getting that last out thinking about the 9th D-row, but they made him pay here with 2 outs in the 8th.
Yeah, he's thrown the ball so good, Dan. He's worked all sides, in and out, up, down, all quadrants covered. Be interesting to see if he toes the slab in the 9th or if they hand this over to the bullpen. Hey, that's a well-executed pitch right there. That might have started middle, but you saw it breaking away to that outer part of the zone. This left-handed batter right here has got 2 decisions to make.
Got him for an even 20 strikeouts now thus far, as he's just been flat unhittable. Roy ready once again. Jorge Bonifacio starting things for his side in the 9th as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point, but these guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
Right by him here, and he's set up for another strikeout here. The count to 0-2.
He's still looking really solid here in the 9th, and I'm sure that big lead has helped him pitch free and easy, but to me, it still looks like he's approaching it like it's a close game.
So it was a swinging strike 3. Jorge Bonifacio becomes the first out of the inning.
Third baseman, Scheffler.
Good slider there, and he gets ahead of him, 0-1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Now an off-speed pitch gets the outside. It's a cold strike.
Give me your best pitch right here. Here we go now.
Looking to send him packing again. And another strikeout as nobody can touch him in this one.
Yet another strikeout for him on the mound. And fellas, this has been one of his favorite victims tonight. That's the 3rd time he sent him packing. So he's got him pretty well figured out. Not that the rest of this lineup has been much better.
Now batting, designated hitter, Robert Trayer.
Into the box, Robert Trayer. As he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Good pitch as this is swung on and missed, and now they're down to perhaps their final strike of the evening. KC down to their final strike in this one. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Hey, not many pitchers can brag about throwing a one-hit complete game, so hats off for him. But as a pitcher, I know he's going to wonder, like, what might have been. So close to a no-hitter, but it wasn't meant to be. That's baseball for you.
A 7-0 shutout final score tonight. The Palehose took the lead in the 2nd inning and rode that until the very end. Richard Sanderson picks up his team-best 14th win in this one and broke the single-game strikeout record with 23 punch-outs along the way. Ben Lively allowed 7 earned runs to cross the plate in the losing effort. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa.